All right, fans of music, welcome back. It's Grumpy Dave here, talking about music in real time for real people, just like you and me. All right, so Lindsey Buckingham more or less just threw everybody in Fleetwood Mac under the bus. We talked about this over the weekend, how Lindsey has said that everybody lost perspective. Everybody else lost perspective. Okay, if we're just going to go on what Mick Fleetwood says about Lindsey not committing to a tour this year, everybody finally aligned and got ready. Lindsey didn't have anything going on. That album last year supposedly was going to be a Mac album, turned out to be Buckingham McV, and it was so-so. It was a so-so album. It wasn't, brilliant. I mean, yeah, it sounded here and there like some older Fleetwood Mac music. Didn't have the hooks, the melodies that I think Fleetwood Mac is capable of. And I think Lindsey has his own kind of narrow vision of the way he wants to produce and write. And I also think, quite honestly, and again, I keep going back to this, it's not rocket science again, his relationship with Stevie Nicks seems to be the sticking point here. It seems as though these two have hit a bump in the road. No, I said Stevie Nicks was 70 years old. I guess she hasn't officially turned 70 yet. I think it's later this month. So the correctors are out there. They just love to correct me. Keep in mind, I'm speaking off the cuff. I'm stream of consciousness. I don't have a computer sitting here in front of me. I'm just throwing my thoughts out. So, if I mess up something here or there, it's just funny because people are just so wanting to be right about things. And I just want to talk about music, okay? And if I get it wrong, like I get it completely wrong, I'll say, hey, sorry, all right? I guess I'm in a grumpy mood because I got these Little River Band trolls that are back. And I haven't even done anything on this band lately, except my video is still up, surprisingly. And apparently they're still watching it and still giving it the thumbs down. It's got like 2 million thumbs downs. I really don't care. It's just, they're watching it. Hey, they're watching it, and thank you. Just like the Little River Band is selling out concerts all over the country. All right, let's get back to Fleetwood Mac. By the way, if you're tired of the Fleetwood Mac drama, you can go see Little River Band and, that'll bring you back to the late 70s, just like Fleetwood Mac, and they're kind of contemporaries, and this current lineup has been together for a very long time and sound fantastic. All right, so again, this is a battle between Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham. And it's the culmination probably of 2 generations worth of just, I really don't want to work with this person, but I have to. This is the company I work in, the Fleetwood Mac Corporation, and I show up for work every day and I dread having to work with this person. Yes, we can create great music together. Yes, we can go in front of the press and pretend that we're all happy, but Lindsey was never happy. He was never happy. And this dates back to, again, the early days when it was Buckingham and Nicks, and Lindsey was telling Stevie what to do. And Stevie resented that, I think, to some degree. But the whole breakup, the whole rumors thing, and people are so intrigued. They love the drama of rumors. Everybody was breaking up, and everybody was shacking up, and what's going on now is that everybody's gotten to an age where, to quote Tommy Shaw, they just want to be happy. They don't want to work with somebody who's difficult to work with. But this, don't, when you hear, oh, everybody lost perspective, no, I think everybody got tired of this never-ending drama between you and Stevie Nicks. And there probably was a faction, and this is the faction I think. I think it was John McVie, Mick Fleetwood, and Stevie, probably against Christine. I think Christine probably held out because she worked with Lindsey last year and put out this album and did a tour, and maybe there was some goodwill left over there. But in these interviews, Christine is on board with the new lineup, and she seems excited about it. And I think that's the future of Fleetwood Mac. This idea that, Fleetwood Mac has lost perspective a number of times if you take what Lindsey says and you extrapolate it or try to lay over that template, that idea, back to when Lindsey and Stevie joined, because at that point they lost perspective because they changed everything. Again in 1990, and I cite this over and over again, 90 and 95, and here they are again losing perspective. But drama and change has been a part of this band forever, since they started, since the late 1960s. And maybe Lindsey wasn't thrilled that they were going to be exploring some music from prior to when Lindsey arrived. Maybe that perspective is what he's talking about, partly. But I think this is about relationships mostly, and it's about Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham. So that's my video. I'm still grumpy. Hopefully I will get over it. If you see any trolls running around from Australia, and by the way, I love the people of Australia. I love the music. In Excess and AC/DC and Men at Work and Jimmy Barnes and all that stuff. That's some great music, and there's a whole lot more. They had a lot of great melodic music come out of Australia. I don't know what to tell you, folks. It's just kind of weird. I'm not a kingmaker. I just make videos with my phone, and as you can see, I don't have a really great studio. So I'm done. I'll talk soon. See you then.